Hi everyone, this is Ashley with CT Media Digitals. I'm going to do a quick tutorial to show you how to use the framed florals in Photoshop. I have open the images that I want to use. Excuse me. She is in blue and the one I'm wanting to use is in green, so I'm just going to do a little bit of color changing. So you can watch that edit as well, or you can just fast forward. So using these backgrounds, you can either copy and paste the subject into it, or you can paste the backdrop onto your subjects layer. It's a lot better to paste the backdrop onto here and then mask in your subject rather than copy and paste, because if you just copy and paste, you're going to run into, if there's a, like for instance, like if you didn't get like a clip of her dress or her toe or her hair, you're not going to have it in this image if you just copy and paste. So first I'm going to work with this image to get it ready for this one. So I want to extend the backdrop because obviously this is quite a close-up of her. So I'm just going to drag the backdrop and I'm going to go to, I'm going to center it and I'm going to make sure this says content aware fill up here and then just click the check mark. Wait for it to work. Sometimes this works completely fine and you don't need to do anything else. This one is probably not going to because her dress was kind of on the edge of the photo, so I'm probably gonna have to fix that on the edges just a little bit. Which it doesn't really matter like over here as much if I wasn't gonna paint on the backdrop a little bit, but I might. So I'm just gonna use my healing tool real quick just to fix those couple areas. I'm gonna flatten my image real quick. And I'm gonna grab my clone tool on 100% and kind of just paint this part of her dress in right here, or part of the backdrop, I'm sorry. And then I'll use my healing tool. Might just need to do it a couple times. Sometimes it doesn't grab the colors exactly how we want it to. Okay, and you might not even need to do this. This backdrop was just a little too small for what I wanted it for. Now I'm going to go ahead and select my subjects. I'm going to go to my quick selection tool, select subject. And make sure that she's selected pretty good. And duplicate that layer and then create a layer mask. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my backdrop, select all, edit, copy, edit, and paste. And I'm just going to leave that there for a minute, and I'm going to do a layer, a hue saturation layer above my backdrop, and I'm going to drag, nope, actually, just kidding, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to back way up here because I just messed up. I was thinking I was just going to do a hue saturation layer, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to delete this real quick. I'm going to go up to filter and camera raw. I could just use the blues in the hue slider, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it in camera raw. I'm going to come down to my color mixer and go to my hue and drag my aqua, or my greens, or my blues, aquas to green, and then my greens more to yellow, and then my blues all the way up. Press OK. Okay, now I'm going to paste that again just so I can kind of see what that looks like. I'm going to go back to my background layer. I'm going to do camera raw again. Just want to see what it looks like next to that backdrop. Okay, that's a pretty green that would go with that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as is now. Now I'm going to go back and hide this layer. go back to this, go to my quick selection and select her again. And you might not have to color change either, but this tutorial is showing you a bunch of different things that you can do. Select her toe right there because it didn't. Okay, duplicate layer and create layer mask. Control or Command I on your keyboard to invert that layer. And make this visible again and create that clipping mask. You can right click and you can press create clipping mask. You can hold down Alt on your keyboard and click between the layers. I'll zoom out here, resize the backdrop, center it. And now on this one, I could completely mask off her feet, but if you shoot for what backdrop you're going to be using, you can just mask on the same floor and to match. So I'm going to come back to my mask right here. I'm going to use a brush at, let's just do like 60 for now. And a black brush, not a white one, sorry. And then I'm just going to brush on my original floor a little bit at a time. Did a little bit too much by the florals. I'll go back a little bit. Make my brush smaller. And do that a little bit more. There we go. I don't want to brush off my florals. Just want to get it nice and blended in there. And now I don't want to erase my florals, so I'm going to make that a little bit darker back there to match this. So I'm going to just create a new layer above my backdrop here, and I'm going to create that clipping mask, right click, create clipping mask. I'm going to change it to multiply blending mode at about 25%. I'm going to grab this green shadow back here, and then I'm going to paint it on that floor until it matches the floor that she's standing on. Now I'm going to desaturate the green on my subject just a little bit, just so it matches the backdrop a little bit more. There we go. And now she's standing away from this backdrop. I'm sorry. My dog's barking. So we want to add some blur to the backdrop. So go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And I like to add quite a bit of mine if they're standing quite a bit away from the backdrop. If they were right up against it, I would add like maybe 3. But I'm going to add about 8 here. Press OK. And now the light is coming from the same way. I didn't correct that because I didn't need to, but that's something that I would definitely make sure I checked before doing anything else. Now if you zoom in a little bit and you see that her hair kind of has these weird like highlights to it, what I do is I just click on my base layer, on my subject, I use my burn tool on shadows, and I just do it right at the edges, and it really helps to blend that hair into the new backdrop. If you need to brush on, as you can see some of the hair right here, go to your layer mask, white brush at 100% opacity, and oh my gosh, not white brush, black brush. I'm confusing that today. And just brush that hair back on. And then you would use white if you needed to brush anything off, which I don't think we need to do that. I'm going to go ahead and merge, completely flatten this image now, because the only thing I would work on is this floor is a little bit wonky from the first edit I did. I would do that about 25%. I just want to fix that a little bit because it looks kind of go up in my percent or my opacity there. There, that shadow looks way better now. Floor I would fix over here. And then I would go around the very edge of her with my blur tool, just the very, very edge of her dress, just so that blur adds a nice little fall off from the very edge of her dress to the backdrop, so she doesn't look copy and pasted in there. You don't really need to do this if you're not adding much blur to the digital backdrop, but if you are, I recommend doing that so it blends. It's pretty. Before, after. That's it. If you have any questions, you can message me on Etsy if you are a studio photographer. Join my group on Facebook. I will link it in the description.